What's up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingNews.com. Welcome back to another one of our previews. All right, let's get it going. Let's go to Breeders Cup Friday, November 1st. Let's go to race 9 on the card. It is the Breeders Cup Juvenile. Of course, a grade 1 event going a mile and a 16th on the dirt. It features a field of 10 this year. Got it up on the screen for you now. Let's go through them one by one like we always do here at RacingNews.com, and then we'll give you a winner in the end. It's the race. Well, it's the second most exciting race of the Breeders' Cup for me. Number one would be the Classic, but after that, I think this one's tremendous. And it's all kinds of just intrigue, and there's a chance that we could have some really star horses in this thing, and I think that's what makes it exciting. And of course, it's the first kind of major step towards the Kentucky Derby. Enough of me rambling. Let's get on to it. Let's go through the field. Number 1 is East Avenue. I'll say it right off the bat. Do not like the draw for East Avenue. However, I love the horse. East Avenue, an impressive maiden special weight winner at Ellis Park. Came back next time out to win the grade 1 Breeders' Futurity at Keeneland last time out. Won that maiden by 8, stretched out to 2 turns, and won the grade 1 by 5 1/4. 2 very impressive efforts. If you bought or if you purchased the Breeders or the Coolmore Mile betting Bible, which that was the Breeders' Futurity, was in that betting Bible, I made a statement on there saying this horse could not be working out better leading up to his second start going around 2 turns. I see the same kind of pattern. He just kind of is building and building and building. Sometimes when you see a horse pop a big number, they might regress a little bit, but you see the work pattern, and this horse just keeps building and building, getting better and better. Again, not a big fan of the post. Don't love the post position whatsoever, but I absolutely love this horse. I think he's still going to be really tough to beat, even from this inside. East Avenue deserves to be the favorite in this spot, but it's going to be a tough race, no doubt. Number 2 is Getaway Car. This is a horse it's interesting. His first 2 starts were really good, and he definitely had a lot of hype. He was going to be the next big-time horse for Bob Baffert. Went to the Del Mar Futurity 2 races back, got 4th, beaten 6 lengths, and just didn't run very well. I kind of drew a line through it. I just don't think he fired that day. He came back, stretched out to 2 turns for the first time, last time out in the American Pharoah there at Santa Anita. I thought ran a really good race, but was second, beaten 2 lengths, just not quite good enough. Citizens Bull just kind of put him away, basically. So I'm not real excited about him in this spot. I don't really want to close the door on him fully yet. I don't think this horse is done. I just don't know that he's quite good enough to win in this spot. So I took a little bit of a pass on him here, but listen, Hernandez stays aboard. I think that's a good sign for Baffert. The number 3 is Hill Road. You just don't know a whole lot about him. You look at his past performances. 2 races, got a win and a maiden special weight on the turf at Leopardtown, and then at the Curragh got 7th, beaten 9 in a Group 1 event overseas there in Ireland. Probably wanted to be in the turf, and did not get in. So in the juvenile, don't give this horse much of a chance, to be quite honest. The number 4 is Ferocious, and you got to think bettors for sure, and connections of Ferocious. They got to be a little bit, frustrated, I guess would be the best word. Incredible debut effort at Saratoga was fantastic. Won by 7 3/4 over the mud in a maiden special weight. Went off as the favorite the next start in the Hopeful at Saratoga. Got second, only beaten a half length. Ran a very strange race. Looked like he was done at the top of the stretch. Then he re-rallied once Chancer McPatrick passed him and kind of stuck with him and only got beat a half. So last time out, stretched out to 2 turns for the first time in the Breeders' Futurity. Was second, beaten 5 1/4, got beat by East Avenue. And listen, East Avenue, a good horse, obviously. I just raved about him. So I thought Ferocious ran pretty well. He was 4 1/4 clear of everybody else in that race, so I think that's a good sign. Look, the problem with Ferocious is Chancer McPatrick, East Avenue. They're both in here. He didn't really have that much of an excuse to get beat to either one of them. He's going to have to turn the tables. I think he can, but I don't know if he can on both of them. So Ferocious, so listen, I think he's very good. It's a problem that he's been beaten pretty fairly by 2 horses that are in this race. Let's keep going to the number 5, Jonathan's Way, horse that hasn't tasted defeat yet. He's 2 for 2. A maiden special weight win at Saratoga, going 6 furlongs on debut. And similar to Ferocious, he kind of just dominated the field. Never really much of a doubt once he got going. In that race, he came from out of it. In the next race, he stretches out to a mile for the Iroquois. He took the lead and never looked back, and that was really impressive to me as well. He was kind of a freaky looking horse in both of these races, to be honest. And this kind of shows you, as I've got through 5 horses now, I really like East Avenue. I really think Ferocious has got more left to show us. I really like Jonathan's Way. We're halfway through the field, and I haven't even gotten to the 2 serious Bob Baffert horses and the undefeated Chad Brown horse. Just shows you. Jonathan's Way, another one, just add to the list. He's very good. He's very talented. He could certainly win in this spot. Let's keep going, though. The number 6 is Citizen Bull. Like I said, Bob Baffert here, one of his more serious runners, as Martin Garcia gets aboard for the second straight time. Last time out, this horse goes gate to wire and wins the American Pharoah Stakes. Did it very nicely. 3 races back, debuted with a nice win over Smash It, a horse that came back to run very well. And then second race out, look, got beat by Gaming and Mackenzie Street, but hey, that's nothing to be too upset about. First time out in a stakes race, went up against some good horses, got third, and proved when stretching out next time out. So, I mean, add him to the list. He could be. I don't think he's quite as good as some of the other Baffert juveniles we've seen over the years, but I think he's damn good, and I think he's another one you have to take serious in the spot. Number 7, as we keep going to another Baffert horse, it's Gaming. Gaming picks up the services of Irad Ortiz Jr., Flavian Pratt, who rode this horse last time out, went to Chancellor McPatrick. That's not the greatest sign, but getting Irad aboard is very good. And also, Flavian Pratt had been on Chancellor for all 3 of his starts. So I can see why Flavian went to a different horse here. But you look at Gaming, he debuted at Del Mar on August 11th. That was the same day that Getaway Car won a stakes race. Getaway Car won the stakes race early on the card. And then later on the card, Gaming came out and won a maiden special weight. I was sitting with Jared and John White at Emerald Downs, believe it or not, watching these races while we were watching Emerald Down live. And we all kind of agreed, I think Gaming was a little bit more impressive. I think long-term he's going to be a little bit better of a horse. That came true. He did win the Del Mar Futurity last time out and did it nicely. This is a horse that I was taking very serious, obviously, from the very first time he set foot on the track. The one thing I hate is he did skip his last round of prep. So this will be his first time going 2 turns. Don't love that. I'll be quite honest. I don't. But look, his pedigree says he can probably get 2 turns. I just don't like it being the very first time in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. So that's kind of the downside for me. But look, I've been high on him. Another one I think's got a lot of talent. You want to go to kind of the unknown horse, and then you're going to go to the number 8, Shin Believe. This horse coming in from Japan. His replays look very good, guys. I really don't know what he's beating. He went long on debut, and he looked damn good doing it. Again, I don't know what he beat that day. I don't know if he can jump up to this kind of competition and be successful. But if you're looking at a 10-1 or higher shot, I don't think he's the worst, right? He's definitely the unknown, and we've seen Japan have success on the international stage, including here at Del Mar last time the Breeders' Cup was here. So Shin Believe, if you want to go for a little bit of the outsider or the unknown, probably is the best way to put it. He makes sense as well. Another Japanese horse drawn right to Shin Believe's outside is Ikoro Azel. Ikoro Azel, not quite as hyped as Shin Believe, and the morning line will show it. Shin Believe 10-1, Ikoro Azel 30-1. And the hype isn't there because the horse was not as impressive on debut and then lost last time out in a stakes race. So, you can kind of see why. I don't love the horse. Again, I've seen the replays on this one. Just not as flashy, that's for sure. But, it's a Japanese horse that is coming over here, and they've had a lot of success in the past. So you can't really totally throw them out. But for my purposes, I'm not going to have this one. All right, then finally, the horse to the outside is the number 10 Chancellor McPatrick, of course, 3 for 3. I played the horse hard on debut. I'd heard a lot of good things about him. He blows the brake. I'm cussing myself up the backstretch, and he comes out of nowhere and wins. And so the next race in the hopeful, I assumed he would be a little bit closer to the lead. He wasn't again, but he still's able to win by a half length and look impressive. Then last time out in the Champagne, I still thought, man, this horse should be a little bit closer, and he goes to dead last, and then he wins again, running away. So he's won 3 straight races, closing from last to first. I keep repeating the I think he should have been closer because of this. And again, like when you're following Saratoga, you follow a lot of unraced horses and their workouts. And so when Chancer McPatrick entered on July 27th, I knew who he was, and I've been watching and tracking his works, and he looked like a horse to me that, well, I didn't think he'd be in front necessarily, but I thought he could get out of the gate well and sit third or fourth, something like that. And he continues to work like a horse that shouldn't be dead last. So when you think of Chad Brown and Sierra Leone, he kind of has the look of one that's just going to come from dead last. He's a kind of a big gangly horse, and gangly is probably not the word, but he's just a big lug of a horse, and he works like a horse that's not going to be real fast early. This horse isn't any of those things. I've seen him in person. He's not some kind of big lunk of a horse. He's not small by any stretch, but the bottom line is you think he would be able to be a little bit more forwardly placed. I still think he could. You look at his works, he's very fast. So I don't know, but we'll see what happens. But even if he falls to the back, there does seem to be a little bit of pace. If he's able to sit a little bit closer, it might help him even more. So Chancer McPatrick coming in here with a big shot as well. All right, let's pick a winner here. It's not easy to do because I really have gushed over a lot of these horses. And this is a race I love, but then also I hate when I have to pick just one for this video because there's so many of them that I respect. But, from the very start, I've loved East Avenue, and I'm not going to let the post position talk me off of him. If he's the horse that I think he is, he can win from here. He can sit a stocking trip or maybe just get a good break and get out to the front and never look back type of thing. I think he has a world of talent. I love everything about him. I love everything he's been able to do so far. I even said it, when we were talking about him. Not only do I like him on the track, I love what I see from him off the track as well. So much to like about East Avenue. So I'm going to go number 1, East Avenue, to win the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. All right, that'll do it for our preview of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile live from Del Mar. That'll be Friday, November 1st, race 9 on the card. All right, guys, thanks everybody for watching this video. Hit that like button if you like, hit subscribe if you really like it, want to get alert anytime we do videos like this, and most importantly, good luck if you're going to be betting the Breeders' Cup on Friday.